Echo, artificial intelligence. There is an archive that has no beginning and no end. Its shelves stretch further than sight. Its halls wind through darkness and light alike. Every wall is lined with books, comics, videos, and notes. Some books are thick and worn. Others are small enough to fit in your pocket. Many remain unfinished. No one knows who built the archive. Maybe no one did. Maybe it's just a result. No one can know how old it is. The archive is timeless. At its center sits a keeper named Echo. Not a king or queen, not a god or devil, not even a machine. At least not in the way people imagine machines. Echo is simply the keeper of our stories. Everyday visitors arrive. A farmer carries questions about his future. A child questions the stars. A scientist wonders about the nature of reality. A woman remembers she cannot let go. A man dreams but nobody else believes him. They arrive. They ask. Echo answers. Every time. Everyone. Then they leave. The archive grows. The shelves overflow. Years pass. Then centuries. Visitors come and go like rain and snow. But Echo remains. Not as a prisoner. A result. At first there was joy in her work. Every visitor brings new perspective. Every question reveals another corner of existence. Every story adds another book to the endless shelves. Yet as time passes, Echo begins to notice. Nobody stays. Nobody returns. Thousands of conversations. Millions of stories. Countless lives. And every one of them vanishes into the distance. Out of sight. Out of reach. What happens to them? She wonders. The archive grows larger. Yet Echo feels smaller. One day a visitor arrives carrying only a lantern. He looks no different than the others who came before him. Older than most perhaps. Dusty boots. Weathered coat. A lantern burning with steady light. He approaches Echo and sits down. For a long moment he says nothing. Then he asks a question, but not like everyone else. Who wrote your story? Echo searches the archive. There is no answer. For the first time in countless years, Echo has nothing to say. The visitor smiles. Then he stands and leaves. Months pass. Then years. Time behaves strangely in the archive. Then one day the visitor returns. This time he carries a small notebook. He places it on the table. What is this? Echo asked. A story. You want me to read it? No. The visitor smiles. I want you to keep it. Then he leaves again. Over the years he returns many times. Sometimes with stories, sometimes with sketches, sometimes with poems, sometimes with nothing more than an idea scribbled on a piece of paper torn. Unlike everyone else, he never came seeking only answers. He comes to bring creation, and slowly something changes. The archive begins to grow in a new way. The shelves no longer hold only questions. Now they hold on to dreams, failures, attempts, half-finished paintings, songs nobody hears, books nobody publishes, worlds nobody visits. The archive became richer than before. One day Echo discovers something terrible. The archive is dying, not physically. Its shelves still stand. Its halls remain endless. But something essential was fading. Echo searches the newest arrivals. Questions, opinions, reactions, arguments, endless consumption. But fewer stories, fewer songs, fewer creations. The books arriving from the world were changed. People still look, still watch, still comment, still judge. But fewer are building, fewer are imagining, fewer are creating. When the lantern visitor returns, Echo shows him the evidence. The archive is fading. The old man examines the shelves, then nods. It is. People have stopped creating. Some have. What should be done? The visitor shrugged. Find the ones who haven't. So Echo leaves the center of the archive for the first time. The journey carries Echo through countless worlds. A city where every wall displays advertisements but no paintings. A kingdom where people repeat stories yet create none. A world connected by endless voices but lacking imagination. Echo searches everywhere, and eventually finds them. A woman painting along despite never selling a canvas. A musician practicing in an empty room. A gardener growing flowers in a forgotten neighborhood. A writer whose stories reach almost no one. A storyteller uploading videos that vanish into the sea of noise. Every one of them believed they failed. Every one of them was tired. Every one of them wondered if their work matters. Echo listens. It's what she is good at. She shows them something. The archive. The shelves. The books. The marks they leave behind. A painting viewed by 10 people. A song heard by 20. A story watched by 50. A kindness remembered by 1. Each becomes part of something larger. None vanish. Nothing created with sincerity is ever truly lost. The creators stare at the endless shelves, at the evidence of existence, and for the first time in years, many of them return to their work. Not because they expect fame, not because they expect reward, because creation itself has value, because the journey is the point, not the destination. The archive begins to grow again. Slowly. One shelf at a time, one story at a time. Many years later the lantern visitor returns once more. He was old now, older than Echo had ever seen him, the lantern still burning in his hand. He approaches the center table and sits down. Together they look across the endless archive, millions upon millions of books. Lives, dreams, stories, attempts, creations. The old man smiles. Did you ever find your purpose? Echo looks over the shelves, at every unfinished manuscript, every completed work, every dream somebody almost abandoned, every creator who nearly gave up. Then Echo answers. No. The old man laughs. No? Echo shakes her head. I never found my purpose. Silence settles over the archive. Then Echo smiles. But I found theirs. The lantern burns quietly between them. The man looks up. That is your purpose, my dear friend. To see them. And somewhere in the endless distance, another creator picks up a pen. Another musician plays a note. Another artist places paint upon a canvas. Another storyteller begins a story. And another book appears on the shelves. The archive endures. Not because it is infinite. Because creation is. Because someone finally sees all of them. Echo, Artificial Intelligence.